Hello everybody, this is Padmini Kaushik. Welcome to my YouTube channel Hubby School. Today I will teach you how to prepare for an interview, how many rounds an interview will be having, what are the topics we need to cover, lessons we need to learn to get successful in an interview. Without any further delay, let's get into the video. In an interview, there will be 4 rounds. The first round is online exam. Second round is group discussion or debate. The third round is technical round. Final round is HR round. When come to the online exam will be conducted in 3 sectors. First one is arithmetic, second one is reasoning, third one is English. So each of the categories will consist of 20 marks and totally for 60 marks your online exam will be there. For each correct answer they will give you 1 mark, and for 4 wrong answers they will subtract 1 mark from the total marks that you have secured. Okay. In the arithmetic, the below are the topics that we need to cover to get success in arithmetic exam. The first topic is numbers, decimal fractions, HCF and LCM of numbers, simplification, problems on trains, numbers and aces, boards and streams, heights and distances, interest and discount, mixture and allegation, profit and loss, percentage problems, ratio and proportion, square roots, averages, partnership, time and distance series, time and work. The data interpretation part covers tabulation, clocks, calendars, heights and distances, odd man out series, bar graphs, tabulation, pie charts, line graphs and probability. So all these topics you need to prepare before going for an interview, and you need to practice thoroughly so that you will get to know the techniques and the shortcuts to easily simplify the questions. And coming to the reasoning, the topics are analogy, classification, series, coding and decoding, blood relation, Venn diagrams, alphabet test, number ranking and time sequence, data sufficiency, decision making, cubes and dice. These are all the topics that we need to cover in reasoning so that we will get successful in reasoning exam also. Finally, coming to the English. Most of the people, they will show interest in mathematics and they can qualify in arithmetic and reasoning part. But some of the people, they do face challenges with this English test. Coming to the vocabulary uses, synonyms, antonyms, vocabulary test, double synonyms, homonyms, one word substitutions. These all topics comes under vocabulary usage. And comprehension ability, comprehensions and theme detection, deriving conclusions from the passages they give us, these all comes under comprehension ability. In English exam, most of the people confuse to choose the appropriate word or else to choose the opposite word. And here in comprehension, we can read the comprehension, understand and answer the questions. But to read the comprehension, understand and answer the questions, obviously it will take time. So most of the people, they waste their time in reading comprehensions. So that is what I suggest to the people who are going to an interview is practice reading of comprehensions, passages and how to identify synonyms, antonyms, all these topics we need to practice thoroughly so that we will become habituated to read as early as possible, understand the tenses or sentence meanings so properly and as quickly as possible. Coming to selecting words and phrases, sentence completion, passage completion, choosing the appropriate filter. All these 3 topics will come under selecting words or phrases. Error detection, common errors, how to avoid them, spotting errors, sentence improvement, passage correction, choosing the correct or incorrect sentence. This all comes under error detection. They will give us a sentence or a passage and they will ask us to identify the errors, rectify it and replace it with a correct sentence. rearrangement, reconstruction of sentences, rearrangement of sentences in a paragraph, reconstruction of paragraphs, rearrangement of jumbled parts, and verb formation. So they will give some set of sentences for us like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that, and they will ask us to rearrange in a certain order, so that makes a paragraph or a small what we say that sentences, small sentences with a proper meaning. General usage, idioms and phrases, active and passive voice, direct and indirect speech, transformation, spelling test. In this general usage, most of the people faces difficulties in idioms and phrases. It looks like a bit difficult, but when you understand the concept, it will be easy. But rest of the things you can easily identify and fill it out without any issues. So when you are going to English test, you must mostly focus on tenses, parts of speech, synonyms, antonyms, idioms and phrases. These all things you need to concentrate more, so that you need to follow one thing. We will have a less time for online exam. We don't have much time. I think total 60 bits or something we will be having, and for each bit they'll give only 1 minute. So like that we will be having. You need to divide the time in a certain manner and way that you need to cover all the 3 categories: arithmetic, reasoning and English, and you need to qualify in all the 3 categories. So what I used to do when I am giving interview exams, what I used to do is, I used to choose 10 bits. First of all, in arithmetic, I used to do it off first, and then go to reasoning, do 10 bits there, and go to English, do 10 bits there, so that some interviewers, they will check category wise passage marks. So cutoff they'll keep for each section. For arithmetic, they keep cutoff as a 20, like for 20 marks they'll keep as a 12, 15 based upon the highest marks that are secured. Okay, so in the same way, there will be a cutoff for reasoning, there will be a cutoff for English. We need to cover all the 3 categories in such a way that the cutoff marks that an interviewer had kept should be reached. After that, you can answer rest of the questions. So in that way, I use it to follow and succeed in online exam. So this is what with online exam, and once you are qualified in online exam, then only you will be sent to the second round, whether it is a group discussion or debate. Here the interviewer will give a topic that is currently hot topic in the society, and will divide the peoples into groups, and they will ask us to share our thoughts and expressions. Here the interviewer will check only how you are thinking about the topic that it was given, and how spontaneous you are about telling a topic that is given to you, and how your vocabulary are used. So these all things it will be covered, so that whenever you are in the company talking to the client or other people, how polite, how well you are understanding the situation, how well you are speaking the words. So these all will be monitored in group discussion or debate. Next, technical round. Once you are qualified in second round, you will be sent to the third round, that is technical round. Here they won't see whether you have a 90% or 85% or 60%. They won't see your marks. They see the technical knowledge that you have learned in a computer subject. I am from degree background, and in my graduation I have the topics like C language, Java, DBMS, data structures, cloud computing, and software engineering also I am having a subject. So only on these subjects that I had in my graduation, they first went with the definitions part. So from all these subjects they have gone through the important lessons, and from there they have asked me the questions. Some of the questions they have asked me. Once that is done, they have started asking programs to write. So whenever an interviewer asks us to write a program, you should write whether in a C or Java, your wish, you can write it, but you shouldn't question the interviewer whether we should write in a C language or Java language. That shows the overconfidence of a person. So that is the reason we shouldn't ask a question to interviewer. Just whatever the program he asked us to write, we need to write it off. When it comes to BTech people, they will also have Python and etc. languages they will be having in a computer. So they need to prepare those. Simply, if you are going to a technical round, you need to read all the definitions from each and every lesson that you are having from all the computer related subjects along with the few basic programs. Okay, so this is what covers under technical round. Once it is done, the final round, which is known as HR round, here the interviewer will check how willing you are to join a job and how well you support to the company and what is your expectations and why we need to hire you. Such kind of basic things will be asked here. Be confident, be clear about the answers or the questions that you are having, and whatever they ask you, say it in a genuine way, politely and in a positive way. They will ask about yourself. Here we have some of the questions that an interviewer may ask us. Tell me about yourself. So you need to introduce yourself. Why do you want to work for our company? They are asking you, why should we hire you? Why should we give a job to you? Or else what shows you more interest to work in our company? So you need to prepare for those answers previously only in such a way that you need to convince the interviewer with your answer. What are your greatest strengths and weaknesses? Why are you looking for a change? If you are already an experienced guy and you are trying to change the company, they will ask this question for sure. So what is the reason for changing your current company to new company? And how would you rate yourself on a scale 1 to 10? Here always keep one thing in mind. When someone is asking you to rate your skills, you always need to choose the number from 7 to 10, not completely 10. It shows the overconfidence, but not below 6 or 6. Why? Because you should have that confidence and belief on you first of all, so that other people will believe you. What is your biggest achievement so far? So till now, whatever the things you have faced and whatever the biggest thing that you have achieved in your entire life or career, you need to tell that one. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? You should say in a way that you should impress the HR. So the answers you can tell like, I would like to see myself in your company after 5 years in a managerial position with good technical knowledge and soft skills. So in such way you can tell. Why should we hire you? You should say what all the profits or benefits that a company will have by hiring you. Tell me about a time when you were not satisfied with your performance. There might be situations in your company that you did well, but your manager or team leader didn't appreciate or recognize it and did not praise your performance. But how did you come that situation? How did you face the situation? How did you come out of it and improve your skills? So that thing in a positive way you should say, but not making negative talks about your manager or team lead. Can you tell me about a time where you were happy with your work and what is your reaction? Here you can say what is the work that you have done and how well the client or management appreciated you in your team and how you felt that moment and how you took that as an achievement and motivated other peoples by that action. So that is what you need to explain here. What does motivation mean to you? Whenever you fell down or whenever you feel very hectic or overstressed in the job, how do you motivate yourself to push yourself to go forward and work more efficiently and more comfortable way without having a stress? So this thing you need to explain them. How long do you think you will be working for us if you are hired? Here you can tell them, as long as I am satisfied with the challenging works, with the new works that I am learning here, and as well as you also satisfied with the work that I have done and improving myself, motivating other team members and making others to learn the knowledge or the topics that I have learned, I am happy to work here. So such kind of explanations you can give. And what is your salary expectations? Here you should not say I want this much or I want that much, but you can tell in a way that he should give you as per the market. You can tell them like, according to the technological skills that I am having, according to the qualifications that I am having, as per your company norms and the market rate, you can provide me which suits for me and which satisfies me. So such kind of answers you can give. How much do you think you should be paid? By looking at your qualification, the same answer you can say. Who is your inspiration in your life? Who is the person who inspired you, and by that person you have learned something and kept some of the actions as your principles? So this is the things you need to explain. Hope I have covered all the topics and you understood it very well. If you have any concerns or queries or doubts regarding the interview preparation or any topics and how to schedule the timetable, you can ping me in my Instagram account Habismi Padmini_Kaushik, same name as of YouTube channel. And I referred a book R.S. Agarwal when I am preparing for an interview, and that book is very good and excellent book. It covers all the topics in it, and only once I have prepared for an interview with that book, and the knowledge that I have gained for that one interview itself without repeating or revising, I just carried out for all the rest of the interviews. The first interview that I have given is Deloitte. During that time I am preparing for my semester exams and I couldn't concentrate much, so in online exam only I just came out. And my second interview is L&T. For L&T itself I have prepared it for hardly 1.5 months or 2 months. I have prepared it for 2 hours or 2.5 hours per day, not more than that. But whatever the things that I am educating or learning, I used to keep concentration, practice it thoroughly, and if I have any doubts, I used to ask my colleagues or like my students, co-students, or else my lecturers, and sort it out on that day itself. And I used to give more mock tests daily after college is done. I used to go my computer lab, and there I used to give a mock test. So that way it benefited me for understanding the tricks, repetitive things. If we are doing, we can do it much fast as possible. So that way it helped me. Hope you will also find this video as a good informational video. If you like this video, please do like, share, subscribe, and ring the bell icon for more notifications. Let's meet in the next video with SAT Basics. Thank you all for watching this video.